And then I heard like a pause, like you were maybe looking at like the mail and stuff. And then I just heard like normal step, 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 and a really brief pause, and then step, 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 step. And I was laughing, and I had to confirm. So I had to be like, I feel like I just heard you get really irritated that you weren't walking up the stairs fast enough.
Oh my fucking God. Because I was. And there was a point at the stairs where I was like, you know, you're running out of time because I had things to do. And I was like, you need to be moving faster. And my brain was like, you're right, boss. So it was like, and then immediately you're like, hey. But
so
that
funny.
just brings me to our point though, because we were talking last night about each other's purgatories.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you pointed out that my purgatory would be slow people.
Walkers.
See, and I think like I honestly would probably lose my mind. Like,
and there's no getting around them.
because I'm like, can I kill them? Probably not. Like, what do, oh
No,
my God.
Then they duplicate.
Oh no, I hate it. Like, I didn't
Now it's a family of 12.
Oh my God. And there's one's a grandma. And they're not from town.
But they're old, so now you feel like guilty for
Oh my
wanting
God.
to, like,
Yeah,
walk
I actually, this is how I knew it wasn't going to work out with a guy once. Because, like, we were walking, and honestly, there was an old lady in front of me, and she was walking slow, and I just, like, powered past her, and he did not like that. He was like, you need to be patient. And I was like, the fuck?
For what?
I was like, no, I don't know her. And I'm like, I don't think this is going to work because, like.
Somebody out there is listening and like, yes.
No. And
But for me, I'm like, ew.
no. And to them, the answer is still no. You don't need to be in my life either.
Exactly.
Anybody in that situation
don't
that
have
tells
time for
me
you.
he was right for saying, be patient, fuck off. Bree's purgatory. What did I say it was?
Oh, commercials.
Oh, yeah, because Bree's
Yet
such
again.
a little shithead. A little shithead about commercials. She doesn't see the value in them. I see the value in them. Dove, like, progressive, mayhem man. I like it. I'm here for it. I enjoy the reset. Bree conveniently was doing stuff during a commercial last night, and I was like, huh.
Actually, I started doing stuff before it was on a commercial.
No, I don't think.
It was.
Sure.
You know what? It's fine. You can talk about it all you want because I know that you're in the minority for this. I don't think a lot of people like commercials.
You're not interested in what's out there?
No.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes they show a movie trailer.
I don't have money for anything.
I don't know. Whatever. What do you guys think? I think the debate's been ongoing on this one.
It really has. Are you guys sick of hearing this?
Well, one of us will just have to shut up and get on the other person's side, and I think we all know it's not gonna be me.
You bring up a funny thing though of like stupid things that are like not even a red. It should probably be a red flag, but it's really a deal breaker of like guys that we've gone out with that it's like, no, he said this, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
because I know I brought up recently the last guy that I like went on any dates with, which was a really long time ago. He really thought he had something that we were really bonding over our love of Taco Bell. And he was like, oh, yeah. And, like, his favorite thing off the menu is a cheese roll-up.
I can't talk shit because I love a soft taco.
I'd even be okay with that.
Would you?
I would.
You accept that?
If we kept dating, I would be like, okay, I really want you to try more. I want you to branch out.
Oh, I do a Crunchwrap Supreme sometimes. Remember that? Come
that's
on.
Great.
Honestly,
but a cheese roll-up, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
You're not a fan of Taco Bell. You should fucking make it at home.
Yeah. You shouldn't even speak. You're buying me an Uber home for wasting my time. I hate you.
And because you save money because you only spend like, what, $1 at Taco Bell?
Give me $5 because I'm going to Taco Bell now after this. Fuck you.
I have a real order.
I need a real man. My most recent date was actually a couple days ago, and I knew a couple flags pretty quickly. One of them being when they were like, I'm pretty athletic. Oh. I didn't ask. That's just crazy because I mean, it's just, I like looked around and I was like,
cool.
Oh yeah. I was like, nice.
Yet again, Shania Twain.
Yeah. When in doubt.
There is a Shania Twain for everything.
But then there was another thing where they were like, they asked what I was doing after this, and I had told them that I was going to meet up with you. And they were like, oh, is it a girls' night? No boys allowed? And I was like, well, I don't know if I even like you. So, yeah.
Even if it wasn't, yeah.
I was like, that's wild. All of it. Do better. Everybody, do better. Like commercials and walk fast. Welcome to Rent Free Roommates. I'm Abby.
I'm Bree.
How the hell are you, everybody?
Yeah, welcome home. Thanks for coming. We weren't yelling at you guys.
We weren't.
We know how that feels.
Oh my God, do we?
Just suddenly feel like you're just listening and enjoying something, and then you feel very personally attacked by whatever it is.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were watching Unsolved Mysteries last night, and this one man that was like a real life person from the event, out of nowhere, he like really kind of flew off the handle, just like the tone, everything changed, and both of us just kind of like flinched back.
Got a little accusatory, and I was like, should I call a lawyer?
I know, I was like, okay, you don't have to be mad at us.
Like, I thought, I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, this is from the 80s.
I know, I wasn't even born yet, but I was like, fuck. I am in so much trouble if I come across this guy.
I hope he got some closure, because he was very upset.
Oh my God, he is too close to the case. That would be my favorite line if I ever got, there's like very specific things in this world that I would like to be an extra in. One of them, well, not even an extra, is like one thing I'd like to star in is a Tupperware commercial or like any kind of info commercial. Yes. I really think I could nail it, and I think it's what I like, especially a Tupperware one of them like falling out. I love it. That's what I want. And then the other is I just want to be like a lead detective on a TV show and to get a guy, and I just want to say, you're too close to the case. That's what I want.
We'll make that happen.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah. After we get Cher, we'll make that happen. Next on our list.
Yeah. We got to go big first. And then we're going to get me, I don't know, I think True Detective started filming something again.
Yeah.
So Matthew, Woody, call us. If you listen to last week's episode, we smoke weed, so we can smoke weed with you.
I would love to.
Did you guys listen to last week's episode?
I hope you did.
We did.
Yeah, we were really high when we were listening though, so hopefully it's funny if you're sober too. But we really hope you guys liked that, because if you didn't, I kind of feel it.
No, shut up.
When I was editing, I did.
If you didn't,
go smoke something.
And I will find, yeah. And then listen to the episode again, and then write a nice comment or review, or even better, you could follow us on all of our social media too.
Yeah. Boom.
Bitch. Bree was queen of segues last week, but I had to take my title back. Not too much now, Bree. Not too much.
Yes, please follow us on all of our social media. We are Rent Free Roommates everywhere but Twitter, where we are Rent Free Roomies. And now that we are back to normal episodes, if you want to talk to us and send us something to give you advice on, celebrate with you, anything and everything, you can email us at rentfreeroommates@gmail.com.
Yeah. Tell us what you think your purgatory would be.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, that was a fun one I thought it was going to take me longer to come up with it, and it was only a few seconds. I was like, slow walkers.
Oh, yeah. I thought it would actually be harder, too. I was like, because I'm so easygoing. I'm not.
Neither am I. I really had the gall to tell a coworker last week sometime that I was like, I come off more stressed than I actually am. And then like moments after they walked away, I was like, that was a fucking lie. I am very high strung. I like to think that I'm so chill, and if you're laughing your ass off at that, you're right for that. I am delusional, if anything.
I am so relaxed. Just came out of the bathroom crying. Because your boss sent you a thumbs up instead of a heart. Yeah. Oh my God, are you mad? Am I fired?
Yeah, literally after, was it just last episode that I said, my tombstone's going to read, is everyone mad at me?
It sure fucking is. It sure fucking is.
Oh my god. So yeah, anyways, I'm still fun. I might be high strung, but
And I do too, but just please, my biggest thing in this world is, listen, everybody, I'm 4'11". If I am walking faster than you, I just feel like that's a problem. And like, I'm pretty cool and relaxed in every other regard, but it's just like, please walk just a little bit faster. And then pretty much everything else we're going to be okay with. Probably. Yeah.
Having recordings of us, I really recognize like what we hyperfixate on.
Other than that, I'm pretty chill. So tell us
how chill we are.
Tell us how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how chill you think we are.
Might hurt our feelings.
No.
But you know what? It's important to hear. So we can't fix a problem without knowing it.
And with that, I don't know why we wanted to hurt ourselves. So
we'll still love you. But before we really spiral, let's get into it.
yeah. Oh my God.
There was another thing when we were watching Unsolved Mysteries that I thought of. Because I think it was the same story of the guy that suddenly got mad. At the funeral of whoever the person was that actually died, there was that random sergeant that showed up with some other guy.
Yeah. And then just put a ribbon, like a medal.
I was like, oh my God, what? Like, do you think there's ever been anybody out there that's like, please have this random person show up?
I want to do that. I would literally do that. I think it would be so much fun. And just like keep the spice alive about you. Like that's one way to like, bitch, you're never going to be forgotten. They will be. We should do that. You know what?
Like an army person, or would it just be like some random person?
No, I want it to be a random person.
Just like
in all
very
black.
Dramatic.
In all black.
That's like weeping. How has nobody here met this person? They really seem to know Abby though.
Fucking love it. And my family is so nosy too. Like it would eat them alive. And that would be how I would get back at them. Back to last episode. That's how I haunt them forever.
Oh my God. Would you go so far as to have that person be one of the pallbearers and like help carry, or just strictly sidelines?
No, it has to be sidelines because I know that like my dad would probably corner them and have questions at some point, and then I think it would fall apart.
Yeah, no, it's only for like beside the casket in the graveyard.
It's got to be a quick pop in and out because my dad especially.
But yeah, I was just like, oh my God, wait, what if that was not? What if they showed up to the wrong funeral and now there was just a random person?
They were,
and now it's an even bigger mystery.
Watch, he gets in the car and the person's like, oh my God, that's the wrong.
I'm too embarrassed. I can't go get the pin. I don't want to go get it.
Well, like he's literally, I don't like, no pun intended, Roger, but he's 6 feet under. So I just don't think how fast can we print another?
We could just get another Purple Heart, right? Oh my God. And then that makes me think of my favorite.
What?
My favorite Tumblr post that I've like ever read was the kid that was like, for my funeral, I want to be propelled from the ceiling fan. I want my body to be propelled from the ceiling fan while the theme from
Space Jam plays.
I think that was the funniest part about it too, is that Mary Kate like didn't recognize. So it must have been Kaylee that found it, because then Mary Kate was like, "Wait, I know the song, but what is it?" And Kaylee and I both at the same time were like, "Yeah, everybody get up," and then just picturing this lifeless body spinning around,
and your mom just like crying on her sister's shoulder.
That's awful.
Because and like somebody's passed out, but they're like, "That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted."
But then there was the same person, the original poster, replied to it like right underneath. It was like, "I asked my mom, she said no."
And like his mom watched, the mom just like didn't talk to him for like a week because she's pissed as fuck. How could you be so morbid?
Oh my God, that's so
amazing
funny.
though. And like, I think it takes a very specific sense of humor for that.
It's very Tumblr
it's so
humor.
Wrong. It's so wrong, but it's so right.
Speaking of internet, should I start lying about my age on dating apps? Okay, before y'all start it's bad to mislead people. I fully understand. However, I'm stuck with a fairly unique situation. I'm currently 25 years old, about to be 26 in a month. Happy early birthday. But I look like I'm 17 to 19 years old. Oh, can we have a moment of silence for the baby face people? I feel like it's the same plight as like short kings, but nobody talks about it as much.
Yeah.
So far, every woman I've matched with thinks I'm lying about my age or are just weirdos if I get a match at all as of recent. I've gotten unmatched a few times for being dishonest about my age. This happens in real life as well. I've noticed it happening often with women my age, so I've tried to go a little younger and approach girls 21 to 22 years old in bars, but have been shut down a few times with the classic, "I think I'm too old for you." Now for a good example of me getting a woman my own age and it going bad. While receiving oral sex, she paused while looking up at me in the eyes to seductively say, "You remind me so much of my younger brother."
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my God. Obviously, that didn't last.
What? Yeah, I was about to say, I think, oh my God.
So back to the original question. Would it make sense for me to knock my age back a few years so I can have a normal dating experience? I would, of course, tell the person either before the first meeting or within the first few conversations my actual age, but I just feel like this has been a huge detriment lately. P.S. I look exactly the same as I have since about 18 years old, and I used to get 99 plus likes and a lot of matches. Now I get 10 to 20 likes and maybe a match every few weeks. Honestly, this is my main concern, as I feel like girls my age want a man that looks older, and younger girls don't have their age range set to 25 to 26. It's a valid point at the end there, but I just don't think starting off with dishonesty is the way to start anything.
No, it's not. I totally understand where you're coming from, but I would be really weirded out if a guy messaged me and was like, "Hey, by the way, I'm really this." Like, it would just start, like, in my mind, that's an instant red flag. And I'd be like, yeah.
As, like, coming from a girl's perspective, no matter what, automatically, I think their mind's going to go to deception for, like, a very wrong reason. And they'll come up with like a million different things. If some guy suddenly was like, before we're meeting up, even if we're just in the messaging stage still, and they're like, "Hey, so by the way, I'm actually this old," I'd be like,
yeah.
So what else are you going to lie about? Or what else have you lied about already?
It doesn't set a good tone at all.
Because it's a very personal thing to lie about.
It is.
It's like, that seems pretty important. And I would never want to, I don't think it's a good way to start off on that foot.
As two women that listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say, not saying you are that guy. I'm really not trying to do that. But like a lot of like those stories, they're like lying about their age or like their name and all that. And like,
that's classic internet.
It's
basically,
just,
for predators.
It's so scary. So I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Don't even dip your toe in that. Even if you have a real reason that's not predatory, it's only going to come off that way.
Yeah.
And I think you should like mention it in your bio, because I've definitely seen that. I think I remember you saying that you had tried that. Like you put it in your profile and it didn't work, or you're just getting the same results. But maybe I don't know how you have it written in your profile or if it's still in there, but I think maybe that's part of it. Like the way that you're presenting that information. If you're presenting it in a way where you're like, "Yes, I know, everybody asks, I am actually 25, and you sound just like jaded and annoyed, people are going to pick up from that tone, even via text. If you kind of joke about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I was like, as a PR mom, I was like, what if you made a funny little joke about how you could like verify with your ID or something like that? or I don't know, like to Bree's point of like making a funny little joke about it in your bio,
Yeah.
I think could be a good like transition
Right.
into more about you, or like how you can verify your age upon request, kind of like joke about that. I think would be, and I would think that's charming in a way.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna be much more understanding than somebody that comes off just totally jaded and just like so annoyed with the entire dating scene. Even if you are, and you know what, so am I. Like I think everybody currently trying to date is very jaded by it if they've been doing it for more than a week.
Yeah, you could like make a joke too about how well you're gonna age as well. Like,
yeah,
because if you look like that in your 20s, imagine what you're gonna look like in your 40s. Like the hottest dad out there.
Go along with that.
Yeah, you
honestly.
need to lean into that shit.
Yeah,
you are gonna be a stud when you're 50. So you
and
need to
so on.
Then let them know. Sell it. Sell yourself.
Well, and like I mean,
if
there's
you're
a
of
type
age,
for everybody.
yeah,
and it doesn't have to. I completely understand the worry if you have it of like being fetishized for that or anything like that, because I think both Abby and I have some kind of insecurity about ourselves that we worry about being fetishized. I constantly worry about that being plus size, that I'm like, well, the only guys that like me are guys that like have that are like fetishy about it, and that doesn't make me feel good either.
No.
So I understand that, and unfortunately that's like, I wish I had something better to say than that's just like the bullshit that we all have to put up with.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's a weird side of online dating.
It is. If it makes you feel any better, like I'm really short, and it's something that I think about too, because I get a lot of shit about like my age with it. And I just kind of lean into it as well. But I try and be like pretty open-minded, because there was a while where I'm like, oh, I don't want to be with anybody super, super tall. But like I was ended up like inadvertently kept talking to people, because like, and it's so like I thought about, should I put it on my bio, should this, because like honestly I don't know, being like that small, I think it's a little bit of a shock to people, whatever. I don't at this point, but like I guess it can be. So it's like I get that like same anxiety as well, but I just kind of lean into it as well. Like anybody that makes me feel uncomfortable about it, I pretty much X-nay. And it's pretty easy to spot that. People are weird and they let it be known real quick.
Which is a great thing. Like, now your time's not being wasted.
It's very true. Like, if they say some fucking weird shit, bye. But, like, it also, you just got to be a little bit more open-minded, too. Because it's like, you know, I've talked to people a range from, like, 5'5" to 6'4". Mm-hmm. And, you know, everybody has, like, their weird insecurity somewhere. But you kind of, like, just deal with it. And, like, not everybody's going to be a yes. But, like, I guess, I just don't think lying's the way to go about it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there is something, and it's easier said than done, but I do think there's something to be said for like just leading by example, or just putting the right kind of energy out there. So if you feel, if you're no longer feeling insecure about it, or even if you just convince yourself that like it's fine, or that like they're not even thinking about that, then nobody will pick up on that quite as deeply as maybe they are in person.
Yeah.
When you're coming into it and what's on the forefront of your mind is, oh my God, I have such a baby face. Like, they're just going to think I'm too young. If you're already shooting yourself down before you get to them, then yeah, they're going to shoot you down too.
And I have a couple of questions here, a couple follow-ups. No. But I'm curious, like, what apps you are using too, because I feel like people forget that we live in a society that is so, like, there's just a variety of everything for, like, anything out there now. So, like, there's so much outside of just, like, Tinder, Bumble, like, Hinge. Like, there's so many apps out there, and, like, forums. Like, there's got to be other places to look, too.
Yeah.
Like, you can expand your horizons in that regard. And then my other question was, I kind of wonder how you dress, too. And I don't mean that offensively, but it's just, like, is there a way that, like, you could potentially be accentuating your features to make you look a little bit older too? Like, there has to be something clothing wise that can also help with that, maybe styling hair wise as well. I mean, just maybe play around with the look there too. Gosh, watch Queer Eye. They'll probably, I'm dead ass.
Well, and I think there's a possibility that maybe because this is an insecurity of yours, it's coming off even subconsciously in those ways. I think, you know, don't change yourself to appease other people. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah, sorry. I don't mean it like that.
No, but do clothing and things like that are definitely, for me, are something that can give me confidence, even if it's just for a short amount of time. But I definitely have some outfits where I'm like, I look hot as fuck right now. And if you have anything that helps give you that confidence, that'll help in these situations when you're meeting people, because you will feel confident and people pick up on that. Like those vibes people pick up on. And then the insecurities, I don't want to like downplay any of the shit that you have to deal with, because that's a real thing, unfortunately, just like with height stuff where people do, if they see a baby face, they might not like it. But also there are going to be people out there, like you said, that there are those girls where they're like, I think I'm too old for you. But hopefully if they're a good enough person and they're spending more time with you, they're going to completely get over it and realize you are their age.
Well, that too. Like, yeah, I think like if you can get over the initial hump of like the outward appearance too, and once they get to know, that's why like I think Brie made such a good point about kind of making light of it in the bio too, because I think it can be such an easier transition to get a conversation starting too. And then after they start speaking with you, they can obviously realize that on an emotional, intellectual level, you are right there with them.
Right.
And be able to get past that. Because, and then again, hello, the gene pool.
Yeah.
Great. It's going to be great.
Right.
Think about that, babe.
Definitely. I think and it's going to take some time.
It will.
Neither of us, are pretending like this is not easier said than done. It is. But love that about you a little bit more, like
but
flip
for
your
real.
own perspective on it.
But also, I mean, think about all the other great things about you too.
Yeah. And like we kind of said, it's getting rid of the people that aren't worth your time pretty quickly. Because if somebody's not open-minded enough to just keep talking to you, like that's not somebody you want to waste your time on anyways.
I'll be honest, I thought it was a little bit odd, because it's like, I don't think I wouldn't not talk to somebody because they had a baby face.
I know.
It would really just be like a chemistry thing for me, because I think I would be pretty stoked that like you didn't look 80 at 30, to be honest with you. I like to think that obviously not everybody thinks how those people think. If Brie and I are literally like, oh, it's interesting that that's the thought behind it. It's not necessarily where her and I go right away. I'm like, why we would swipe right, left on somebody. So like, obviously for right there, you see that everybody doesn't have that viewpoint.
Yeah. I think maybe even part of it, maybe what's actually changed is that I think facial hair is like so in right now.
Can
like
you grow facial hair,
come back in that more like rugged look is in, but it's not going to be in forever. And also, even though it is in, it doesn't mean that you are completely out. Because even though I love a man with some like a good beard, there are guys I've seen that I'm like, he looks way better like clean shaven.
And like I don't like beards.
Yeah, and it's just, that's why it's a type thing. There are people out there for you, and I promise it's not hard to find them. Like, it's not gonna be hard to find them, but I think it's all about your attitude towards things, and it's hard to kind of flip that perspective, especially when it's something that's an insecurity of yours. But it's just something to work on. I think just kind of putting the right vibes out there and leading by example, and not showing that you're insecure about this like right off the bat.
Boom.
But like having a good outlook on it.
Bitch, I was just about to say outlook for you. Oh my God. That's pretty crazy.
I think that'll help. And that's just part of like, that's not to talk down on you. Like, I think maybe you are being a little hard on yourself, but we all are. And we all have these insecurities that we need to work through within, our dating timeline. That's part of it's part of what's important about dating, is kind of figuring out those things that are good for you, but also that you need to work on yourself.
Exactly. Brie. Oh my God.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
So I hope that makes sense to you. And, again, like not trying to downplay what you have to go through. It's annoying.
No.
Dating sucks, dude.
It does, but I don't think that like starting off with a lie is the way to go about it.
Yeah. I think that's going to have even worse effects.
Yeah.
And you're going to get even worse outcome from that. Yeah. Mm. And maybe, yeah, switch up some of the dating apps that you're using. Yeah. Try some different ones. See what happens. But best of luck. We know that dating is not easy.
It's not fun. It sucks. It can be so good, but it can suck.
Yeah. Wish you all the best, though. We know there's somebody out there for you.
We hope there's somebody out there for us.
Well, I don't have time to unpack that right now. Let's move on.
All right.
It's creepy.
The movie's very creepy. The grandpa literally watched the family live in poverty. Fuck you. I would be so ticked. I would not have been as cool as the mom was.
Yeah.
Seeing
really
him
just
get
said,
up and dance over. Oh, I would have been like, no fucking way.
fucking
You could have done that this whole time. My son is literally like scavenging for bread. And you fucking just hopped a foot off the ground. Literally, here's your newspaper. Look at the wanted ads. Oh my God. You're not going to the factory.
No, I'm
What
going.
makes you think you're going to the factory? Oh my God. Oh,
That's
my
so
literal
funny.
God.
I've literally never thought about that.
No, that shit would have had me dead as fuck.
Yeah, why did he go? Mom
No,
should've
literally,
went.
why did he go? Oh my God. Sorry you had to see that, everybody. I just like that really gets me so mad. Just as mad as like when I think about the movie Parent Trap. I would be pissed if I was Lindsay Lohan and Lindsay Lohan. Because how are you going to tell me? How are you literally to like each opposite parent? How are you going to be like, so you just thought, hey, it's really cool if you didn't need to know me? You got one.
Yeah,
like, that's
so
wild.
insulting. You were just, you picked them. Like, you were just like, yeah, I don't care about
It's
this
just kind of
one.
like weird. I don't think I would have been like, we should get emancipated, girl. Why do we even want this?
Yeah.
Like, why do we want them together?
Right.
They literally, like, they were cool with knowing half of us. Isn't that weird to you? Like, they're that petty with each other.
No
They're
questions
so
asked.
petty. So petty. Oh my God. I'm not rooting for them to get together. They have shit communication solving skills. Yeah, she can make a dress. Yeah, he can fucking make some wine. But, like, they can't talk.
No.
So...
They're not good at problem solving.
That really gets me so mad. So, gosh.
Well, and then, not completely in the same vein, but also just like ridiculous things said in movies or that happens in movies where it's like, no one questioned this, or like, you really were just okay with that? But like Lily in Princess Diaries, and she's like,
oh my God.
you're not over that yet? Didn't that happen, what, like 3 months ago? Fucking 3 months!
She
Her dad
literally
died,
said, hey,
bitch.
I thought we talked about this.
Yeah.
I really don't want to hear about your dad anymore.
It's really bumming me out that you're still sad that your dad died.
Watch me do
Your dad that wasn't in your life.
Watch me do a fucking wheelie on this scooter. Be on my talk show.
What a bitch. She's a terrible friend.
No, she's a horrible friend. Get out of my life. She would not have been in the second movie if I had anything to say about it. I'm going to let y'all know right now.
She finally chilled out by the second movie.
I don't really, like, but it's all about that initial, though.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
She was a problematic teenager, for
I
sure.
gotta say.
Her mom had her hands
Lily
full.
would have had to do some convincing for me to be in the second. I'd be like, yeah, show me how you changed.
To even invite her to the end of the first movie.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And Mandy Moore could have caught every single one of these hands. She's a bitch in that. And I love Mandy Moore. But she played an early 2000s bitch like no other bitch.
Oh, yeah. The late 90s, early 2000s was her moment.
Was Mandy's.
Yeah, that was the Mandy era.
Capital M. Mandy.
Okay. Ex-fling asked to reconnect. Should I wait or text him? So, a guy I dated for a couple months at the end of last year texted me out of the blue asking to reconnect sometime. He reached out a couple other times between then, but it was brief, like, hey, how are you? I'm sorry about how things ended, and hey, happy birthday. It ended amicably, but he ended things with me, with no hard feelings on either end, genuinely. I told him we could get a drink and catch up. I do want to hear what he has to say, but we talked about timing, and it looks like we won't have really any overlapping time to see each other for a few weeks, work and traveling and stuff. We left it with him saying, okay, let's just keep each other updated. And I said, okay, sounds good. I should wait for him to reach out to me again, right? He ended things. He asked to see me. Ball is in his court. I weirdly do want to see him, and just see what he wants. But I don't want to give him the impression he can just jump in and out of my life at his convenience. I'm not asking whether or not I should see him, just whether I should reach out again closer to when we're free or wait to see if he does. Thanks. I like what you said at the end. Like, I totally get that point of you don't want to give him the impression that he can just jump in and out of your life at his convenience. But
you do want to see him.
Right. And I kind of hate, if you want something, then make it happen. Or, like, put something. I think once you reach out to him, if he still hasn't reached out to you closer to when things are free, when you guys said, like, the end of all the traveling and work and stuff, if he still hasn't said anything, like, reach out. Don't just, like, completely leave it. If you do want to talk to him and want to see him. If you felt, like, neither way about it, then, like, yeah, just let him reach out whenever. But if you do actually want to see him, like, yeah, just reach out to him. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I was going to say, it sounds a little bit, at least from my interpretation of that, it sounds like you are interested in hearing what he has to say and seeing him and all of that. And it sounds like a little bit here is like ego. I mean, and it could be like, jaded from last time, obviously, of things, because you said he ended things. So it's like, yeah, I totally understand not wanting to sound like come off some type of way or not wanting to like dive right in because of the past. But I think you'll get your answer too. Because, and then you're just giving them more headspace of yours too by like, what's he going to do? Is he thinking, but you know when that's going to happen? I would rather kind of like get over that hump and know it's a little bit hard to do, but it's like, just reach out and maybe see what they wanted. When's a good time to meet up, just etc. And get over that so that you can kind of get to a position where you can move on and think of other things too.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they're not the center of your universe, that's good then. And then you can just wait until you see them, meet up, hear what they have to say. Or if they don't respond to you, then I think that's also an answer of, like, yeah, then you're correct. It's not like how it's going to be. You're not just going to, like, waltz into my life when it's convenient for you, X, Y, and Z. It's like, and then the next time they do reach out, be like, what is it that you want from me? Like, you know, the last time we spoke, we didn't end on this term. So it's like, what exactly are you looking for right now?
Right.
And it can be like that too. It's like, I mean, did you want something?
Right.
Like, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like there's something maybe that still has gone unsaid or I mean, you just even being interested to be like, okay, what does he want? And that's fair. And if you want to hear that and hear him out or hear what it is that he's reaching out to you for again, like, yeah, just make it happen or talk about it. But if he continues to be wishy-washy, then yeah, you're fully right to be like, okay, like, my time is like precious. Should be respected too. Like, I'm not going to just sit here and figure it out because you came back to me. So if it continued on this way, but it sounds like he came back, you guys kind of trying to work a time out and nothing's happening because you're both really busy right now. Maybe that's for the best. Maybe that's the universe just kind of being like, yeah, no, this isn't the time, but let's like a few weeks, see how you feel, and then like reach out if you want. But, you know, I don't know. I kind of hate the whole like playing games of like, well, I said this last, so it's in his court.
But yeah, I get that. And again, that's where the ego comes in, I feel like there, because it's like, you know, to Bree's point, if you want something, figure it out and find it. Because like rejection or like just like heat of moment things are going to happen. It's not great, but it's also not great to have it constantly be nagging at you. Yeah. Like, I'd rather kind of get my answer and either start making decisions from there or start a move on process. But I also am kind of like, make sure that it's good that you even want to see them. Like, is the reason you want to see them because you're interested in hearing what they have to say and possibly like rekindling? That's what you want. Or is it just to hear what they have to say? Like, is this going to be good for you to see them as well? I also think you need to think about. And if you think about that and you think yes, then I think it's totally worth it to reach back out because you are curious. And then if they don't kind of provide that same interest or respect and like wanting to see you, then I think you know that it's not well intended on their end.
Yeah. That's a good point. I like that. Because maybe, again, with the whole timing thing, maybe that's what's kind of happening, or it's kind of a good thing to have all this time to think about it. Because that's a fair point. I think about, is it worth your time to even get, meet up with them, even if it's just super casual? Is this somebody that you would be willing to be just friends with, and like that you want to like spend that time if it ended up being something like that? Because your time deserves to be respected, and you set the boundaries for that time. If somebody doesn't fit into that or doesn't want to respect those boundaries, then fuck them. Like,
no, but exactly, because it's also like, just because they're reaching out to you doesn't always mean that it's well intended. Not to put like a bug in your ear, but that's why I'm like, you can always reach out to and also get a response that way, because it's like no answer is an answer as well. And like not reaching out again is too. Like, I've had people that like we're just like a little hookup bud who would reach back out, and I would get excited, but it's like it wasn't a good scenario for me. So that's why I'm like, you need to figure out if like the scenario that you find yourself in with them, is it going to be a good one for you? Because it's like, if that person reached out to me right now wanting to speak and like meet up, I'd probably say no. And it's like, because I don't think any scenario that I could have with them would be good and that I would feel great about it. Like, I don't think they're a bad person, but it's like, I don't want to be your friend after any of that. So it's like, I don't want to meet you. You're not worth my time then. So I think if you realize like kind of what it is you want from this person and make peace with that, it'll be easier for you to decide like how much do you want to put into reaching out to them and waiting for them and like this feeling and headspace? Because if it's just a friendship, then yeah, just wait till you're free. If it's something potentially a little bit more, reach out, because I mean, to Bree's point, like if you want something, go for it. And then, if they don't provide that same energy, it sucks.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound so blunt with that, but it's like, then you got your answer. But at least you didn't spend so much more time waiting.
Yeah. And maybe if you feel like, ask them ahead of time. Maybe that can be what you are reaching out again, instead of like, when are you free? Be like, what is it like? What are we doing here?
No, exactly. I think that's totally fine.
Like, just kind of reach out and feel it out to be like, is this worth our time?
No, like literally, what do you want? Because like, Bree, like we've had friendships like that. We've had boys reach out like that. And it's like, well, it's like, what do you want from me? Because I don't need to, like, even when some people friend request me on like places, I'm like, why do you want to follow me? There's like nothing that like you could get from me and I could get from you. Like, not to sound like it's amazing to follow me, but it's just kind of like, I don't want to like,
right.
Sorry.
What are you reaching out to me for? Because we ended things. And even though you said they ended amicably, like, and you guys like were seemingly on good terms, or like it was kind of mutual maybe, then it still is. It's like, okay, well, what are you ended things, so why are you reaching back out?
And it's like, could you handle another friends with benefits situation if that's just what they wanted? If they literally were like, let's just pick up where we left off. I mean, it's like, is that something that you have the capacity for again?
Right.
To have this like on again, off again situation? I mean, do you think about that as well? Because I've said it in the past, who you have sex with is also who you give your energy to as well. And like also the type of relationship you're going to have. So it's like, is that going to be a healthy environment for you, this kind of situationship? So just bear that in mind as well. And then also bear in mind the potential of like a friendship, and just be careful with, like, set your boundaries ahead of time as well. Like, what are you looking for? What would you be comfortable with? What do you want? And I think just be blunt and ask them, what was your intention with reaching out to me? I'm just curious. It doesn't even, like Bree said, it doesn't have to be like, when are you free to meet up? But it's like, you don't need to be free a week in advance to send a text.
Yeah. And just take stock of how you feel about the whole thing. Yeah. How you feel now about him reaching out again, and also how you would feel with, each possible or most likely outcome. Obviously, we're not fortune tellers. We don't know what's going to come from it, but put yourself first. Like, make sure that you're protecting your own heart and your own mental space and your time.
Yes.
You deserve all of that respect, and you have to be the one to set that forward, like to put that in place.
And remember, it's what you want too.
Yeah.
So, it might be exciting too, like hearing from this person if you are excited.
Yeah, because if you are okay with this just being another casual fling, like, good for you.
Yeah.
Then great. Then there's not much to think about it or to think into it.
And leave the key under the mat.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it is just going to be like this tennis match of like, when are you free? When are you free? When we get together?
But make sure it's good for you. But like, make sure it's good for you.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
As long as that's what you're okay with, then go for it.
You first, him second.
Yeah.
Any questions, anybody, with that one?
But thank you so much for sharing with us and letting us discuss this.
Yeah.
To both of the writers, thank you so much for sharing with us. We really appreciate that you guys trust us with this, and we hope we helped somewhat. We hope we were able to shed a little bit of a different light on maybe what you've been hearing from everyone around you or anybody else that you've shared it with. Just hope we can help a little bit. And if anybody else has anything to write in about, you know where you can write us.
rentfreeroommmates@gmail.com.
That's RENTFREERMMATES@gmail.com.
These were actually really fun discussions. They were both so different. And I always think it's so fun how our episodes kind of correlate unintentionally with like the stories back to back. They always translate somehow, which I always think is really fun.
Yeah.
And our stories always kind of align with our life events too.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Maybe we are clairvoyant. In which case, then everybody is obviously, if you're listening to us, then good. We know what we're talking about. We see the future. So obviously we're right. So keep listening.
Yeah, and share us with other people.
Share us.
And comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Rate us. Let us know if we're doing well.
Let us know if we're right, too. And then we're going to start charging. Because then we might have a business deal.
But definitely keep in touch either way.
It's not all about money. I'm sorry. We're just really broke.
But thank you to those of you who are new here. And thank you for everybody that has come back. We love you guys so much. Happy to be back to a normal episode.
Maybe you are too.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one.
No, I hope everybody secretly, I hope everybody comments and actually loved the episode we put out so that Brie and I can stop giving each other shit about it.
Stop second guessing it.
Yeah.
We're really needy right now.
Can somebody please just fucking tell us if it's good or not so we can go to sleep and actually have a solid night's sleep? But in the meantime, yes, share us, review us, subscribe to us, love us, don't hate us.
Because we love you.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.